You have now spent several weeks considering the elements of rhetorical communication. You should feel confident that you now understand why writers use ethos, pathos, and logos, and other rhetorical devices in their writing, as well as how audience, purpose, and genre are inextricably linked. In this last module of our course, you're going to focus on completing your final project, which will be twofold. The first part will require you to choose an article, essay, or academic paper and translate it into another genre. The second part will be a reflective writing component in which you explain your translation and clearly explain your understanding of the foundational elements of the course. The genre translation you complete can be anything from a YouTube video to an ebook. The point of translating the original piece of writing into a new genre is to reach a new audience. What new audience would you like to reach with your message? What genre will they respond to the best? As an example of what I mean, let's say you're trying to reach someone in a hurry, or only with a passing interest in the subject matter you've chosen to discuss. Let's say for this project, you want to get the message across that taking prenatal vitamins can greatly decrease the risk of birth defects like spinal bifida in pregnant women. Let's say you want to publish this information on a subway billboard where you can reach a general audience of people in the community. You know that based on this audience, that in order to communicate with them and get your message across, they should be able to glean the gist of your purpose by reading just the initial sentences of whatever you create. It should not take them too long to understand your message either, because they might only be sitting on the subway for a few minutes before they get to their stop. Putting the essential facts first makes it easier for audiences to understand and stay interested, and using visuals in this case will be crucial for this kind of message because of its context. In order to complete a genre translation effectively, you will need to ask the questions of a rhetorical reader. What is the author's purpose? Who was their audience? Your goal is to tune in to the needs of a particular audience and deliver a message that shows a careful consideration of them. If you begin with a dense scientific research report, you will use expert reading skills to dig out the key points of information and ambiguity, and transform them into a lively little article designed to spark a few smiles as well. That's just an example. You might have a different audience that you're going for. This project will be a snapshot of you developing your own abilities to work with and for a variety of audiences, purposes, and genres. This is a skill that you'll need for any field that you may enter professionally. Okay? In the very beginning of the course, we did note that writers always have designs on their readers, as you may recall. That is, that writers are aiming to change their reader's view of a subject in some way. They might be aiming to enlarge a reader's view of a subject, clarify that view, or restructure that view. Writers then respond to rhetorical situations by adapting their content, structure, and style to different purposes and audiences. They must also adapt to the conventions of a text genre. Genre-based decisions, such as the one you will make for this project, about format and structure include whether you would add visual images, and if so, what kind would be appropriate and effective for your intended audience. Because particular textual features are expected in particular situations, a writer's effort to follow or modify genre conventions can become a valuable tool for engaging your readers and moving them toward desired responses. Before you begin working on this assignment, you'll want to send me your idea. That would be your original text and then the idea for the translation, so that I can sign off on it and be sure that you're on the right track. You'll then be uploading your final project and your reflection piece to Canvas for a grade, as well as you'll upload a link or a document of your actual translation to a discussion board so that your classmates can see and comment on what you did. I'm looking very much forward to seeing your work as usual, and I'm here if you need any help along the way.